How's it going, guys? My name is Chris Howe, and welcome to the first video in our three-part series exploring stock video. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about why you should use stock, specifically how stock video can save you money, time, and overhead costs on gear. To give you guys some context, I've worked in the industry for 10 years, and I own a marketing and video production agency in Toronto, Ontario, Canada called Know How Media. It's kind of a pun off my last name, Chris Howe, Know How Media. We'll move on. We've worked with international brands like Toyota, Corona, and Mercedes-Benz, and many others. We use stock assets all the time. We pump out a ton of content on a weekly basis, and sometimes it doesn't make sense financially to go out and shoot a single clip when we can easily source that footage from Adobe Stock. For example, let me share a few stories for you. We were working on a project recently that required a drone shot of LA. Now, normally this would cost us thousands of dollars. We'd have to spend time sourcing a drone operator, pay for his gear rental, pay for a drone permit, insurance, and then there's management and accounting fees involved. I don't even want to see what that bill would look like. Or we could just go on Adobe Stock, explore the wide variety of clips shot at different times during the day, and then select the exact clip that suited the project best for only a few $100s. Not only did that save us time on logistics, but it saved us money on manpower. Now, obviously, we bought the stock clip, and just like that, stock saved us thousands of dollars. Ultimately, this means less stress, more money in your pocket, your client's pocket, and happier clients. Now, I'm sure we can all relate to clients and bosses that needed that video done yesterday. Organizing shoots, even for small social videos, often requires a lot of manpower. You need videographers, art directors, actors, and so on. So let's say you have a quick turnaround on a project. Ask yourself before you start sourcing all the things that I just mentioned, could we fill the visuals of this project with stock? What was the answer? I'm curious. Legitimately, tell me. I'll wait. In many cases, the answer could be yes. Now, just recently, we completed a project for a client where the entire video was stock clips. Yes, the entire video. And honestly, you wouldn't know the difference. The video performed extremely well for our client, and we were able to complete it in a fraction of the time it would have cost to shoot it ourselves. Now, here's another example regarding time. We've had requests where we need video assets captured in other countries or hours away. It takes a lot of time and money to travel to these locations. Sometimes it even takes a full day to get to a specific spot, and you don't even know if the weather or lighting will be good, which means you'd have to extend it by a few more days to get the clip you need. Versus sourcing footage from an Adobe Stock contributor who has been to that location at the right time and shot it in a variety of ways. This frees up your time to work on other projects and ultimately makes you more money. Now, let's talk about gear. You don't always have access to all the gear you need. Gear is expensive and often requires extensive training to use it properly. I'm talking about lights, cameras, drones, time-lapse rigs, and many more. Not everyone can afford these things. So rather than spending all this money on new gear just to get that single shot, you can often source the exact clip you're looking for in multiple formats, angles, and movements. Now, fun story, we were shooting a project in Toronto last year that would have required me to go out and shoot 2 nights worth of time lapses. I would have had to rent or buy a specific time-lapse rig, learned how to use it properly, which is often a few days of tutorials, and then prepare the content. Within seconds, I went onto Adobe Stock and I found the exact time-lapse clips I needed for our project. Ultimately, I saved my time and the overhead cost of acquiring specialized gear. This next part I'm going to call mistakes. We've all been there before. You think you got the perfect shot on location, and when you review it back in post, one of the clips is overexposed or out of focus, or you even missed one shot that tied the entire video together. Now, before you go and book an expensive reshoot, maybe search through Adobe Stock and see if there's a creative shot that could fill the video, or help tie the story together, or even help repair your mistake. I don't like to admit it, but I've done this a few times myself, and in most cases, our clients were happy with the final product, and we didn't have to absorb the cost of that mistake. This next section I'm gonna call the impossible shot. Now, another reason why our company and I love stock is that it allows you to get footage that would be near impossible to get. Let's say your video required you to get footage of an insane weather storm. Now, there's absolutely no way you're just gonna wait for Mother Nature to just hand you the perfect shot. That would be cool, but remember, we live in reality, and it's probably not possible. So, boom, go onto Adobe Stock, search through the hundreds of clips available for your specific video needs, and now you have an amazing video. Whatever your niche is, there's a good chance it's available on Stock, and every day more clips are being uploaded. Now, stock doesn't look cheesy anymore. I used to be pretty skeptical of stock just a few years ago. Usually there were only a handful of good clips available and they were kind of lame. But things are way different now. I say this from a perspective of someone who buys stock on a regular basis. You've got clips shot on multiple cameras, different angles, different formats, and often packed with the exact emotion that we're looking for. Stock has evolved, everybody. It's not cheesy anymore. Lastly, as an Adobe Creative Cloud user, this whole process is extremely seamless for you to get started. Whether you want to buy stock for a project using your current Adobe account or start uploading your own content, Adobe has made it possible for this global audience to have direct access to your content and for you to have access to that content. We spoke a lot about video here, but our company doesn't just use Adobe Stock for video. Fun fact, Adobe Stock allows you to have access to 90 million. Yes, you heard that right, and I'm gonna say it one more time. 90 million highly curated stock assets like photos, videos, vectors, illustrations, templates, 3D assets, and motion graphic templates that can be seamlessly integrated into your creative work. That's my way of saying seamlessly integrated. It's a weird metaphor. Moving on. As you can see, stock video can save you money, time, and overhead costs on gear. Hopefully that gives you some context on why you should be using stock. And in the upcoming videos, we'll be exploring tips on how to shoot stock video and how to start making passive income off of stock. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the Adobe channels and tune in tomorrow. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Woo!